You want to say all praises and honor unto Yahweh.
Bashem Yoshai, Bashem Makakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Man's Stone. Shalom to all the brothers and out there across the world, pushing the truth in all sincerity and in all honesty. This is a brother from James, Jamaica camp, Yashamai.
I war.
I know basically do a lesson and the time persecution, because we see Esau putting things into place in order to basically come at us, right? And when Esau Edom, which is so-called white man name thing, right? First, he have to justify himself in order to basically make him move, right? So Esau have to justify himself in the eyes of the public in order to basically make him move on us, right? So we see putting things in place now, in order to justify himself, basically come at us, try to link us with some farmer, extremist group, right? Basically make him move on us here. Right, that's Esau, Edom, that's how them do them thing. Right? Now scripture, brother. Give me Proverbs 3 and verse 25.
This is Proverbs 3 verse 25.
Go on.
Say, be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of desolation of the wicked, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh.
Go on.
For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken.
So the scripture says we're not supposed to be afraid of a sudden fear when it comes. Right, and we understand over the years, being in this truth, we understand and we know that all these things have to happen. Right? Part of being in this truth that is that some of us gonna get beheaded, right? Some of us gonna get brought to prison. Right? That's a part of the job description. Right? And we know say these things have to happen. Hopefully Yahweh Hashem shall give us a spirit, if we fall in that lot, right, so we can go through it. Right, we're not supposed to fear what the so-called white man, can do unto us. At the end of the day, right, he can't do more than what the Heavenly Father basically, use him to do, because in the idea, we're in control. Yahweh. Right, Yahweh is in control about the good and the evil, so we're not supposed to fear what Esau are going to do. We know him going to do that, we know him going to demonize us. Right, and a lot of us, in this truth, that's all of us. When you first come to the church, you get a little test, right? With your family member, because as soon as the family member start to find out that you're on the street, teaching the Bible, then start to come at you. Right? All of us supposed to go through that. Right? Your friends, body start, turn from us. That's just a little example, of what to come, because when this thing gets real serious, as Yeshua mentioned in the video, right? When Esau, Edom start to really, put in, the things and slicing things, because a lot of videos we do over the years, them have them videos, they still allow channel and get delete, but them still have them videos and they gonna slice and put together and say this is what we are saying. Right? And a lot of people even out in Jamaica, I will tell them say important to the Portland, I will tell them say we are Hebrew Israelite, them still believe we are Muslim. So we'll see, say this thing is very hard for Esau, demonize us, but at the end of the day, right, we hope and pray about Shemir shall give us that spirit. Right, because in Yahweh Shai, right, Yahweh Shai basically, them basically try same thing with you, Yahweh Shai, even super say what? Many false weakness, right, come against even Yahweh Shai, speak against Yahweh Shai. Right, and scripture say what? The servant is not what? Greater than the master. So if Yahweh Shai go through it, we're gonna go through it too. Right?
Then,
come on, brother.
so Ecclesiasticus 2 and verse 1. It says, my son, if you have more than that?
I say finish.
It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord,
Go on.
prepare thy soul for temptation.
Go on.
And say, set thy heart aright.
Go on. Set your mind aright. Go on.
And constantly endure.
Constantly endure.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
Okay.
Basically, the point I want to bring out. Make not haste in time of trouble, man. Because whatever is done, it's all about the Lord's will, man. It's either, hey, as they accept before, some of we get beheaded, some of we get cast in a prison, but guess what? The Lord will find ways and means to deliver us if we get delivered, man. So either we get delivered by death, or we get delivered by spiritual power some other way, man. The Lord is gonna do something, deliver me. Then it says,
Go on, brother.
give me a second. Shalom. Yeah. I'm up on the pier, man. I don't get them so far. Yeah.
It is Matthew 10 verse 28. Say, and fear not them which kill the body.
So this is what the Yahweh Shai, said going back. 2,000 odd years ago. He said, fear not them, we can kill the body. Right, go on?
But are able to kill the soul.
But are not able.
Can you say, fear not them fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul.
But are not able to kill the soul, because Esau Edom can basically destroy, this flesh. Right? That's all him can do. Continue, brother.
But rather fear him.
But rather fear him. Who is supposed to fear? Right? Should we fear Esau Edom, the so-called white man? Yahweh shall tell us who we supposed to fear you. Right, go on, brother.
Say, but rather fear him, which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
So we're supposed to fear Yahweh, right? The true, power, right? Him is supposed to fear. We're supposed to fear Esau. No, Esau does the weapon. Yahweh on the left hand side. We can't fear the weapon. We fear the one we swing the weapon, which is Yahweh. Right, so we know Esau Edom going to demonize us. We see a lot of videos over the years. Some little test run, because I like to test things, even going back to the time with Ephraim, I believe. Chief Ephraim, they basically go to Washington. Remember that thing that take place back then, and them call on a Hebrew Israelite, I believe, and Fox. Right, and them show a clip with the brother them from San Francisco. So Esau test the crowd. Right, test the mind of people. But we know that that's it's just like a small thing compared to what these men are going to do, because we see what they do over the years, right? Even what happened going back to the time with even, for example, with Russia, right? When Russia invaded Ukraine, you see how they start to use the media, and push out that propaganda. So we understand, we know how Esau Edom them thing. Over the years, you see how them operate, right? Go on, brother.
This is Jeremiah 30, verse 5.
Go on.
For thus saith the Lord, you have heard a voice of trembling, of fear and not of peace. So ask ye now and see whether do a man do a travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his line as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. So, alas, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it.
So we're approaching the time now when total chaos is going to take place. More and more we see. As the day go by, we see how things, are heated up more and more, between Russia and America, right? As brother I mentioned earlier, before starting the video about, Nord Stream 2 pipeline, explosion that take place, and I must say America, right? So that tension keep on building, because ultimately Russia going to play a very important role, in this coming nuclear destruction, lead out all the armies to come against America. Right, so we're very close to, the time of, destruction of the society. One.
So alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it.
So no time in history, right, can compare to what about to take place on the earth. World War I, World War II, right, cannot compare to what about to take place on the earth. Go on.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Who is Jacob, right? Jacob is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, Indian today. Right? Our people trouble. Right? Go on.
But he shall be saved out of it.
But he shall be saved out of it. Who shall be saved out of it? The elect. Right? The elect of Yahweh Ashmir Shai. It's all about the elect. So the elect going to get delivered from, all these chaos, all these things to come. Right?
The article?
Yeah, can I go on?
This is an article from News Punch. Basically 2 weeks ago this come out. It says DHS chief, people who believe in conspiracies are America's #1 enemy. And what the work what we do, then they must as what? Conspiracy theorists. They are conspiracies and what we do. Then so basically that I go for people like we, and I have other people on the internet where them call truthers or whatever. Then because when you come with truth, them deem me as conspiracy theorists, man. Because guess what? The truth shred down Esau lies them when I come with, man. See?
And more people are wake up to Esau Edom, right? And Esau know too, right? The so-called white man know that them time is finished, because once them see us coming back to power, they know them time is finished. And more, you know, this truth is growing as the day go by. Right, so we know that they're going to basically, you know, do these things, try to demonize us. I will see it over the years. See, as a brother, you know, I mentioned about, you know, the truthers, right? Even going back to even the time with Grandmaster J, right? And then come and talk about, you know, Edom, right? So we'll see what am I doing thing over the years, but ultimately, you're going to lead to that point when you're going to basically go all out. We know that, right? And we're supposed to, in the mindset to know that these things going to happen. Yeah, right, and all of us going to get tested. They're going to come against us, you know, heavily. Our face going on the internet and how they use them, even on the local news out here. So people going to come against us, right, heavily. Right, go on, brother.
It says Biden's DHS chief on Sunday declared that people who believe in conspiracy theories are America's number one enemy. See? It says on the anniversary of the September 11 attacks that are 9/11, attacks. It says Mayorkas told MSNBC that the threat landscape has evolved in the 21 years since 9/11. The new threat the US faces is not foreign terrorists, but Americans radicalized by an ideology of hate, anti-government sentiment and false narrative propagated online platforms. So basically, they matter about propagating online platforms, you know. We on YouTube, we're bringing out information about the dirt, Bisa, Edom and all them different things with them, man.
We're teaching people the truth about, you know, their identity, about true power. Because we lied to for years. Right, these men been lying to us for years now, and now we don't have time for truth. Right, years, one upon years of lies. A lot of money them spend to keep this truth from us, and now we're receiving it. Right, and they don't like it. Right, give me sit there, brother. Ezekiel. Deuteronomy 33 and the last verse. Deuteronomy 33 and the last verse.
This is Deuteronomy 33, verse 29.
Go on.
Say, after art thou, O Israel,
Go on.
who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord,
Go on.
the shield of thine health, and who is the sword of thy excellency, and thy enemies shall be found liars unto thee.
God says you say our enemies are going to be found liars unto thee. I know we see that all these men, right, these wicked rulers, you know, so-called white man, you know, so-called white people, them are liars unto us, you know. They've been telling us lies for years. Right? I know it's time for truth.
Yeah, scripture says he won't mount to fall upon him, man.
God.
See?
And thou shalt tread upon their high places.
God.
It says, further on it says, we are seeing an emerging threat, of course, over the last several years of the domestic violent extremists, Mayorkas said. See? The individual here in the United States, the individual here in the United States, see, radicalized to violent by a foreign terrorist ideology, but also an ideology of hate, anti-government sentiment, false narrative propagated. It says, Mayorkas said last year the white extremists are the greatest threat to America and put out terror alerts painting opponents of that thing there, and people who don't trust the Biden regime as potential domestic terrorists. See? So them bring out white, extremists. So them actually, we know who them actually after.
Yeah, because them, them are make it, because I know Esau, I try if make it look like say bias.
Yeah.
I get rid of white one, so I get rid of people also, are the men of Hebrew Israelites, because that's the main aim. That's the greatest, threat to Esau right now. This truth we've been pushing, right?
Them are just a small sacrifice for the bigger meat, man.
Good.
Yeah?
This is Revelation 11:11. Then after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh enter into them.
God, so you must say after 3 days and a half, after 350 years, right, the spirit of life enter into them. Right? From the time of our living, late 60s coming up. Right? This truth come back on the scene, and now more and more, as the time go by, this growing. Right? Because we at time now, when the Lord Yahweh, through Son Yahweh shine, is getting ready to deliver the elect. Right? And the scripture says the elect will get gathered by what? The word. Right? That's what it basically speak about in Baruch 4:36. So the elect going to get sealed by this truth that we are pushing right now. Right, go on.
And they stood upon their feet,
God?
and great fear fell upon them which
God.
saw it.
So great fear fell upon them which saw us. Right? So then basically fear see us, pushing this truth right now. In great boldness, as scripture said. Right?
Revelation 12:12. So therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you in great wrath.
God, so they're getting ready to come down on us. Right? Especially us, we are at the forefront, pushing this truth. Right? The men of the Lord. Right?
That's why the article come out now about the whole BHI, Black Hebrew Israelite, extremist thing that come out. So they bring it up back on the forefront now. Because guess what? The main priority is to come at the men of the Lord out there and the highways and the byways. So no matter who, what we said, boy, they teach the word. So if you come out as Hebrew Israelite and you're teaching the word, no matter which group you're from, hey, they're gonna come at all of us, man.
God, I never see him sell out.
One way or another. Yeah.
I never sell out. He's gonna come against it.
God.
I come for you in time to come.
And Judas and the Black Messiah, what do you call it? The Black Messiah.
The Panthers, Black Panther.
Yeah. The Black Panther and the Black Messiah thing. Right. Yeah. Because them have men with them sin amongst us, even to come do some foolishness. That them can use it as
agents.
Yeah, them are agents, man.
Men creeping and weird. Right?
Therefore the devil is come down unto you in great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
Because he know him a very short time in order to accomplish them NWO. And more them basically seeing that, because them see us, growing, across the world, more and more you see camps popping up right across the world, and them know the time is up. Right?
It says, we're going to talk a quick one. 2 Corinthians 1:11, it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
When they're ignorant of so-called white man devices, so Esau, right? Because Scripture don't tell us that these things won't happen. Yeah. Right? Scripture says, not new under the sun. Right? Even the apostle back then, right? Peter, get brought to prison. So we know, say, some of us in this church are going to basically, face these things, especially in these times. Yeah, right? When we just open prayer about Shemir shall give us a faith. Right? We endure all these things to come.
We'll pick you up like a big bright telescope. Yeah, man. Get it right on the beam.
This is Luke 21 verse 12.
What?
Say, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to synagogues.
To the synagogue, what?
And into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake.
Go on, so we're going to get brought before kings and rulers in the name of the Lord's sake. Right, go on.
And it shall turn to you for a testimony. So set to it therefore in your hearts.
Go on.
Not
So you have what then even to the apostles I mentioned. The apostles get brought to prison. Right? Some of them get put to death in some gruesome way.
Go on.
Right? And John and the island of Patmos, right? And saying saw the souls of them that were beheaded. So you have certain men in this truth where they're going to get beheaded. Right? For the word of Yahweh Hashem Shai, we now give in and take Esau Edom device. Right? A digital device we're basically preparing right now to give the whole world. Right? You let now give in to and take it, yo. Right? Because it was predestined. Go on, brother.
so set to it therefore in your hearts.
Go on.
Not to meditate before what ye shall answer.
So when them come, you know, to us, right, it's about we're not supposed to, you know, think up on the things that we're going to say. Right, because in the idea, Yahweh Hashem Shai are the one, right, when control. Right, go on.
For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversary shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
Go on.
Revelation 2 and 10.
Yeah. Close out.
It says Revelation 2 and verse 10.
Go on.
And it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
Go on.
Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Go on. So the devil going to cast some of us into prison. Right? So Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man, going to cast some of us into prison. Right? Go on.
That he may be tried.
That he may be tried. So all of us going to get proven. Every one of us faith going to get tested. Scripture say everyone work, but then build and get tested. Can I hold it for me, brother? Give me that in 1 Corinthians 3 and verse 12.
Yeah. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
Go on.
Be thou faithful unto death.
So this is the key part. We're supposed to be faithful unto death. No matter what, you know, we have to go through in the time to come. This is what the scripture says. We're supposed to be faithful unto death.
And I will give thee a crown of life.
God, Yahweh Hashem Shai will give us a crown of life.
Right? Say, the Lord no count him promise as slackness as other men do.
Yeah.
See? And the scripture says, Lord is a man that cannot lie.
God.
See? So if him say it, he might give you that because we stand up stiffly for his name.
God.
See? And the prophet Ezra see him a crown the elect. See? In the book of Ezra, chapter 2, 42 and down. See? So you see the elect get crowned.
God.
So Lord say, hey, I'll give you a crown of life, man.
My brother.
This is Revelation 22 verse 12. Say, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me,
God, what is?
to give every man according as his work shall be.
God. The Yahweh Shai is coming quickly. I will see what things, you know, happening right now. Swiftly and speedily, things happening fast now. Right, these are going to go fast. Right? What's the next one? 1 Corinthians 2 and 1 and 3 and 12 may ask for. It's 3 and 12, but they ask for. What's that?
It's 1 Corinthians 3 verse 12.
Go on.
Say, now if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones,
Go on.
wood, hay,
Stubble,
every man's work shall be made manifest.
So every man works and may be manifest. Go on.
For the day shall declare it.
For the day that shall declare it. So all of us faith going to get tested at limit. Right? You see, as Yeshua mentioned in the video. Right? So man are break. Because if you care about this life more, or care about what people think more, about how Shai you're going to give in. Right? So all of us faith going to get tested. Every single one of us are in this truth right now. Faith going to get tested at limit. Right? You know, hopefully we are part of the elect, because if we are part of the elect, we will jump out anyway. But hope and pray we are part of the elect. As scripture says, rather virgin, give diligent to make a call in an election sure. Right? If you do these things, you shall never basically fall. Right, God?
Because it shall be revealed by fire.
By fire, the affliction. Right? The uncomfortable feelings will basically come. Right? When these men start to really go all out against us. Right? Because they have to demonize us, the propaganda machine, justify themselves in the eyes of the public in order to make them move. That's how Esau Edom operate. Right? Go on.
And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is.
Go on. Right? So with that, I say all praises and honor to how. And double honor to the apostles, and to the elders of Grayman Stone. Shalom to all the brothers them out there. You know, continue to push it through. Shalom to all the sisters also. Few sisters out there. Shalom.
Shalom.